Hey, family, thank you all for tuning into the show. Appreciate you all being a part of the conversation. Hot topic today, of course, we're talking about loving more, inspired by, of course, the Jada Pinkett story that everybody's talking about right now about her relationship with August Alsina. Hope I get that correctly, y'all. But hit me up right now. I want to talk about not just what's going on with them. In fact, I really don't have any interest in what's going on with them. What I want to talk about is what's going on with you. And what's happening with relationships in general, man. We got to talk about whether or not we're being open and honest in our relationships. We can go on and on about what's going on with Jada and Will and somebody else. Everybody's heard the rumors, right? But I'm not into rumors. I'm not into other people's business. I want to talk about us, you and me. And feel free to call me up right now and ask me about my life. I have no problem, man. I've always been transparent about mine because I can be. Because I'm honest with the women in my life. Always have been. Well, not always. Let me check myself. I've not always been honest. It wasn't until I was 30 years old and I broke the heart of my then wife that I realized, man, that's not a life I wanted to live. And also realized if I wanted to be the person that I wanted to be, the man that I wanted to be, and the professional that I wanted to be as an author and speaker, that I had to have integrity in order to be successful. I knew that. There was no question about that in my mind. I never wanted to be that guy that was standing on stage professing to be one way and then have a woman in the audience or women in the audience thinking to themselves, this guy's full of shit. Yeah, that's right. I said it. So I wanted to be real with myself so that I could be more authentic as a author, as a speaker. So a lot of men may be able to relate to what I'm about to say. So I'm going to get into this before we get into the Will and Jada and open relationship talk. And I think the men will understand where I'm going with this. I don't think there was any point in my life as a young man that another grown man told me to be honest with women. I don't know if you're all shocked to find that out or not, and probably most men have had the experience that I had. We don't have mature men telling us as young men, hey man, whatever you do, be honest with women. We don't get that. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, we do not get that talk. It's always about playing games and nonsense and how to play women, and all, just foolishness. Childishness. But once you mature, it's really at the heart of the problem, right, ladies? And to the fellas who are being 100 about it, a lack of maturity, a lack of integrity, a lack of consistency. It goes on and on and on. So let me say this when we get into this topic. You all can call in and be a part of it. It's not about whether or not a person's relationship is open or not. We can get into that. I've had some experience with that. I'll talk to you about it. It's about being honest about who you are, what you want, what you have to offer, and what your expectations are. Hey, Tiff, how you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling White Plains, New York.
All right, get me off that speakerphone. Get me off that Bluetooth. I need to hear you loud and clear on this one, sister, because we got to talk about this.
All right, I'm ready for you. Come on.
What's on your mind? Talk to me. I don't want to talk about Will and Jada because it's really not about them. We don't really care
No,
about them.
it has nothing to do with, no, we don't. It has absolutely nothing to do with Will and Jada. It has everything to do about honesty. And you know what you know what you know. I don't understand why we as people, and I'm not just talking about man or woman, but we as people, you know what you want. You know what it is that you need. Mm-hmm. You know what it is that you desire. Be honest with me. If you be honest with me, give me the option. Give me the option to say yay or nay.
Right. Don't you think that women, I think you all start out wrong, ladies, and you all can correct me if you think I'm wrong about this.
No, that's right.
I think that women start out wrong by not assuming that a man is already involved with other women. If you go into that not assuming that, you're already at a disadvantage coming into the game. And so if you accept the, let me just finish my thought. I'll let you in.
Yep.
If you go into the relationship with the assumption that a man is already seeing someone else, then you can gauge your emotions about how you want to proceed. Go ahead.
So, yay and nay. So, again, I don't want to assume that he's already in a relationship because he comes with this game that he's not in that relationship. So, if you telling me at the beginning, go in this expecting that this man is in that, then that's...
Stop it. You just stop right there, Tiffany. And every other woman is calling to the show right now. You trying to tell me a man you don't know that you just started talking to tells you he's not seeing anybody else with you and you believe it? I mean, I just want to know if you really and truly believe that.
You know why? Because we go off of history. My history, I'm not involved with anybody. I'm bringing to nothing but truth to this. So my expectation is that's what you bring.
Ladies, I'm going to stop you all right here, right now, so we don't waste any time with this. I'm not saying he is seeing someone else. I'm saying that you should assume he is. That's just because men are going to be men. Now, it is your job and your responsibility to pay attention to his consistency, his lifestyle, his behavior to determine whether or not he's telling you the truth. You cannot assume any man is telling you the truth from day one when he tells you he's not seeing anybody. What's wrong with him? Why is he not seeing anybody? Hey, don't go anywhere, Tiffany. I'm going to give you a chance to get back in on this. This is what I'm talking about. Call in right now.
So, yes, I do agree. I agree with you 100%. And a lot of times it's you teaching us, because a lot of times we don't know. We don't know. We're coming in this bare bones. Like for me, for example, again, I say to you, I have no knowledge of a man dating another woman. I have absolutely no knowledge whatsoever because I'm not dating another man. So therefore, when I go into this, I'm expecting my history is his history.
Stop. And that's what the problem is. You all expect because you're being honest with him that he's coming in being honest with you. Look, let me tell you something, Tiffany. You sound like a really nice lady. But if I just met you and you tell me you're not seeing any dudes, I will take that information and I will collect it. But then I'm going to see whether or not your behavior is consistent with what you're telling me. I'm not going to buy it in. I'm not going to buy in 100%. I'm sorry. I don't know you.
I respect that.
So this is why honesty and transparency is so important. I'm going to tell you the difference between honesty and transparency. Honesty could just be telling you whatever question. I'm answering the question that you're asking me, right? I'm being honest about the question you asked. Transparency is regardless if you ask me or not, I'm sharing with you because I need you to know regardless if you want to know or not. I need you to know what's going on. You may not ask the right questions. And this is one thing I learned as a grown man. Regardless if a woman asks questions or not as a man, you tell her the information anyway. But don't you ever forget what I just told you, Tiffany. You better not ever take a man's word. It's not saying that men are liars. I'm saying that anybody. Take a look at their actions over time. Make sure they're being consistent. Look at their behavior because words, man, to me mean nothing, man. I'm all about your behavior. Tiffany, I'm going to keep it moving. Thank you for calling in. Thank you all for tuning in. Felicia, how you doing? Where you calling me from, lady?
I'm calling you from Hollywood, Florida.
What's on your mind?
I really love what you just said about, expectations. I feel like a lot of women, they get into, start dating a guy, and they just see marriage, or because...
Hold on, before you go there, Felicia, let's give this some context for those who are just tuning in. Of course, everybody knows the story about Jada and what's happening, the story that's been put out there about Jada and August Alsina, whatever his name is. And, of course, everybody made a big deal out of it. Jada said she was going to deal with it on her show. And I thought this was a great opportunity for us to have a conversation about open and honest relationships. My first question to you is, why are people judgmental about people who are open relationships? And how many people are in one and don't know it?
Many people, especially married folks. And I think a lot of people, they're not secure with themselves. I made that comment. It's like they're not secure in what they want. You understand what happened in your bedroom between you and your spouse? That is between you guys. No, I don't care what my neighbor says, my mom says, my dad says. In a marriage, you guys are one. So if that's what you guys want, why judge?
And let me take it deeper before I get your comments on going further with this. I think that sometimes we get caught up in tradition. And I start asking ourselves, who started this tradition? Whose tradition is this? And does this work for me based on my personality, my lifestyles, my desires, my appetites, if you will? And if we don't ask ourselves that question, Felicia, we're almost walking into a situation that's destined to fail.
Exactly, because, we go to church and we learn and what we see on TV or just society say this is how it's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do as a man. This is what you're supposed to do as a woman. This is your role in your marriage. But that's society views. What makes you happy? I've been married for 7 years and there's no role in my marriage. My husband paid the bills because, yes, he's the only one working at the time. But there's been a time when I paid majority of
Yeah, but let's get into the sex, though. Yeah, you notice how I cut off, right? Let's get into the sex, Felicia. Stop messing around now, because that's where people start getting uncomfortable, right? When you're talking about being intimate with someone else, when we talk about having love for someone else. And so that's when I think people's insecurities kick in, where their programming kicks in, religion, all that. Let's just be honest, y'all. How we can't move forward and ask ourselves whether or not this relationship's work for us, or check this out, Felicia, or whether or not that man or woman that we're dating, we still want to be with them even though they're with someone else. Honestly telling us that. That's deep, Felicia.
It really is. And, like I said, it's your marriage. You do whatever you want. Me and my husband, we've brought someone else in our bedroom multiple times. And it's like that, and it's actually.
Oh, you hold on, Felicia. We're going to have a part 2 to that one. Hold on, Felicia. Don't move. I want to talk about that, bringing that intimacy into the bedroom, because in everybody's mind, and probably justifiably so, it goes straight to sex whenever you talk about open relationships. It's never about loving someone else. It's never about spending time and growing with someone else. Everyone's focus is always on the sex. Felicia shocked me at the end of her call, y'all, and told me that she and her husband brought someone into the relationship, into the bedroom. And so continue. Tell me about that.
The first time was our 5th anniversary, and it was actually with his ex-girlfriend way back in the days from Las Vegas, and it was fun. Like, we flew her out maybe like 2 months later. It was, I could see my husband had a type. We got along good. We're adults, that's it. She stayed in Vegas, and then it happened with one of my really close friends again, and my husband, would break bread with her. If she needed something for her son, he would give it to her,
Now, how did you feel about that? Because a lot of questions that women may be thinking right now, and I'm sure they called in, is did you feel a sense of jealousy? Was any of that a part of, your response?
To be honest, no, because my friend and I have been friends for years, for 15 years, and I really do love her, and I was just glad she was able to have someone to show her some form of love,
Wow.
Yeah, some form of love, so she could love herself, because people want to judge and say, oh, well, she's playing second, but you could be playing first to someone just taking your panties off, and there's nothing there, there's no love there.
Yeah, she said panties, just in case you all missed that. Yeah, she said panties.
I mean, I'm serious. I can't pay a bill or two, but we get in this idea, I got to be the main woman, or, and it didn't bother me. I came home and I'll go in the shower and see them doing it, and I'll just walk out. It's not that serious.
Wow. It's just, in other words, in your mind, it's just sex.
Yep, it's just sex.
Wow. You should see my phone lines are blowing up right now, Felicia. And a young lady, I'm not going to call you out, ma'am. When I posted this on my social media page, she was like, anytime you have to bring somebody else into your relationship, there's something wrong with your relationship. What do you say to her?
Well, that's her own insecurity. I have a great marriage. My husband and I are best friends. We do pretty much everything together. Every relationship have their problem. I mean, it's not, everything's not perfect, but that's definitely not true. And each time that we've done a threesome or something spontaneous like that, the sex got so much better. It legit really spiced it up. The sex just become off the chain. We go from having. Okay,
stop right there. See, I'm not gonna have a show when this is over. I know the radio station is going, no, Michael, no. I'll edit it out as best I can, but we got to keep it 100. Felicia, thank you for calling in. I know there's a lot about Jada and Will that's out there in the public. A lot of stuff that's rumored, and you notice I didn't talk about them because I don't care. I got my own life. I got my own relationships. I got my own challenges. But I think her relationship with Will is, for me, the way I've been perceiving it over the years, is a great example of people who are exploring what they want together. They've been doing it together. They raised a family together. They built their careers together. And you see them being transparent on the show, talking about the issues they have together. Being transparent. It doesn't mean you know everything about them. It just means when they decide to talk about something, they're authentic about it. And that's one thing we can all learn from is their communication. Because that's one thing that sucks with most people's relationship. It's not honest communication. It's not mature communication. And it's not communication designed to resolve it. It's just people just complaining back and forwards. Take it to the next level, man. We got to have maturity. We got to have consistency. We got to have transparency, and we must have communication. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the radio tomorrow and Bazing at the Dark tomorrow night. I'm out, y'all.